Welcome back again, guys, from Tampa Bay. It's another beautiful 77 degrees, blue skies. It's Tuesday and I'm going to the monthly ABC meeting. This time square downtown in Tampa. It's about an hour's ride or so, depending on traffic. First thing I have to do though is get some gas, because I do not have enough to get there, that's for sure. So we'll fill up at the end of this street here. I'll give you a little bit of a relaxing ride. I think I'm going to take McMullen Booth down to 60 and give you a nice scenic ride over the causeway. It's about 12, no, not that long, maybe 10 miles of, no, not even 10, maybe 8 miles straight across the top of Tampa Bay, along the beaches and the maybe boats and jet skis. We'll see who's out there on a Tuesday morning. After I get gas here, I'm going to tell you about something else that I'm doing this weekend that I'm very nervous about. I'm not going to say scared, but apprehensive for sure. Some of you can probably guess what it's going to be. And I'm testing out if I fixed my weird GoPro problems. Turns out I was not on the current version. There was a new version that got pushed out for the 3 Plus Black about a month and a half ago. And for some reason I thought I had applied it, but I must have been dreaming because neither one of my cameras had it. Now they didn't really say they did much as far as freezing issues or anything like that. It just says miscellaneous bug fixes. Wow, that's really handy, GoPro. So who knows exactly what changed, but we'll see if I get those weird stop issues after 7 seconds or so. It always seemed to be 7 seconds after I hit play or after I hit record. No idea why. Man, I cannot wait until they got this part of the road done, because man, this is a quick way to go south to get on McMullen Booth here. The only other road to get across it is way down in Tarpon Springs. You got to go down 19. And sometimes this is really backed up. But at least they opened the driveway here to 7-Eleven finally. That was the big cluster, you know what. Alright, I'm going to fill up and I'll hit back on the road here. So, my big thing I'm going to be doing this weekend, total coincidence that I signed up for it. I was looking for things to do, and there's a new local Facebook group for Tampa Bay motorcyclists and events. Man, did he cut that guy off. And one big thing coming up in about 3 weeks or so is the Leesburg Bikefest. It's kind of like a mini Daytona. It's not quite as far. It's only about an hour and a half for me. It's north of Orlando, so I'm definitely going to hit it. And they have, last year they had a 250,000 people. 250,000 bikes, I should say. So, I mean, definitely a big bike fest. Still not on the level of Sturgis or Daytona, or even Biketoberfest, but up there. And I was looking at things that they've got going on, and one was a advanced riders course given by ridelikeapro.com, which is known for a lot of instructional DVDs, and they teach cops and all that kind of stuff. So they didn't really give any information on the course. They just said it was going on there during the festival. So I was looking into it. I'm like, well, you know, I'd at least like to watch it and film the people doing it and everything. It'd be pretty cool to see. And then I wanted to see, you know, just for kicks, how much it was. So I looked up its website, and well, if this isn't just a sign, I don't know what is. Turns out they are literally 5 minutes from my house. That's where they're headquartered and where they hold all their normal on-location classes. They have it right here at our local high school. So I saw that they have online sign-ups, and I signed up. It's 150 bucks, and I'm going this Sunday at 9 o'clock. It's a 4-hour class, and oh my God, I am nervous. I'm nervous primarily because I don't want to drop my bike, and frankly, I don't have total confidence, even though I've got, many years, 9 years, and a whole lot of miles under my belt. Still, every time I do low speed maneuvers, it's not that often, number one, and I have to think about it. It's pretty rare that I have a misstep and I have to put my foot down, but I don't have that. I don't have to think about it confidence doing a U-turn and just doing it. I'm still thinking about where my weight is and where I'm looking and where the road is, and I get it done, but I have to think about it. And it's not like switching lanes or doing a quick maneuver to avoid something in the road. I don't have to think about that. I have complete confidence, and that's what I want to feel doing low speed maneuvers. So that's why I signed up. The guy that runs it, the chief instructor, is a retired motor cop, and he teaches motor cops, and he gives the same course and teaches the same techniques. So here's to doing what I can to probably make the most benefit to my riding. And if I can give myself some more confidence all around and learn some new skills, I think for 150 bucks, that is absolutely dirt cheap. You can buy a lot of things for the bike for 150 bucks, but day to day, I think investing in your riding skills and education, as long as you can practically apply it. Shit, I just went the wrong way. I'm used to going this way. You know what? I'm going to flip around because I do want to give you guys the ride to the beach. I want to keep going south. I usually go down to Tampa this way because it's a nicer road for me to ride, but the scenery isn't that exciting. So I'll flip around here, I guess. My bad. Benefits of a motorcycle. Woo! Is that a... Nope, that is a incoming too. That's weird. Why do they have two incoming lanes? See, now I have no problem doing that U-turn. But, you see them on the video doing that in half the space. I can't do it in half the space. I certainly can't do it at speed, nor could I do a figure eight that tight. That's what I want to learn. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a really cool class. And I'm not thinking I'm going to come out of it an expert, but I'm certainly counting on coming out of it with a lot more practical skills that I can practice and build on and become an expert. And he claims that that is absolutely possible and it's easy. So we shall see. It's pretty cool. His website has lots of info on it, and he's got a YouTube channel. And of course he, like I said, sells big DVD collections and everything about training and riding instructions and all that kind of stuff. So I watched through some of the trailers and information about the course and everything. And I mean, it's no joke. He's got examples of real students riding every kind of large bike you can imagine, Victories, Harleys. I think I saw Kawasaki, all kinds of stuff. And one example he showed was, let's see, it was a 4'11" young lady that was probably 80 pounds soaking wet, and she was on the biggest Victory they make, bags and trunk and everything, and she was so short And he went through this in the video that she couldn't even reach the kickstand when she was on the bike. So he had to steady it for her, put the kickstand up and put her in gear and then let her go. And she was running the course, you know, doing circles and figure eights and everything, no problem. So, hey, I figure if he can do that for anybody, he can do that for me. So that will be my day Sunday. I don't know if he allows or, more importantly, suggests that anybody has a camera while they take the course. I have no idea. But, you know, if it's a good idea to him and it's allowed, of course I'm going to do it just to document it and, of course, make a video for you guys. But I really don't know. I mean, he might say that, you know, this is kind of dangerous and, you know, you want to pay attention to everything that you're doing and not think about the camera or talking or anything like that. So I'll see what he says. So I've got about another 7 or 8 miles down this road, and then I'm going to get to 60. So I'll cut it off here because this road is frankly really boring. You're looking at it. It's just straight going through residential. Then I'll pick it up when we get down to the water and give you a little relaxing ride, and that'll take us right into downtown, and then we'll check out the venue. It's a new club slash wedding venue, I guess. It's called District 3, right downtown Tampa. And it's brand new, so nobody's been there yet. Everyone will be checking it out for the first time, and the meeting should be pretty good today. The speaker is someone who's all about personal style and how to dress and present yourself to clients and that kind of thing. And she also has personal shopping services, which would be actually really damn handy for somebody like me, because my wife, I mean, I love my wife, but she's not a girly girl by any stretch of the imagination. She can't design, she can't, you know, dress anybody, doesn't really do makeup. I mean, she's not a girly girl. So I don't have anybody to put outfits together for me or anything like that. You know, I dress myself, and frankly it shows. But luckily it's not too often that I have to dress to impress a client, because when I'm working a wedding, I'm in all black. I'm in my professional shooting gear. And that is what it is. It's for comfort and for not being seen. But, you know, there are times when, hey, it'd be really nice to know. Give me some quick tips on what I should be buying. And if it can make a quick and meaningful improvement, I'm all for it. So that's what the topic for today's lunch speaker will be, and we'll see how it goes. All right, I'll pick this up in a bit. You stay over there. Coming on to US 60 now. Oh, I don't think I'm going to make this late. We'll see. Sometimes, nope, I was going to say sometimes it's long, but usually during rush hour. Got the original Hooters just down to the right here. Very first one. Kind of a little famous spot. It's actually not that great of a restaurant. The newer ones are a hell of a lot nicer. It's real small. It's like a little hole in the wall, but you know, tons of people go there because there's a lot of vacationers around here. And hey, if you're a fan of Hooters, well, you got to visit the. It's kind of like the Graceland. You know what I mean? A lot of memorabilia up there. It's funny. There's another chain right here. I don't know how national they are. I know they're in at least some other areas. It's called Wing House. Kerr's Wing House, K-E-R. And they kind of got embroiled in a battle with Hooters for years because they just completely ripped them off. You know, Hooters has the trademark hot girls in the short shorts and the tight tops and, you know, the Hooters girl. Well, Kerr's did the same thing, just with different colors. Exactly the same, you know, menu and and specialties and everything. The wings themselves are a little different. I actually like Hooters a little better than Kerr's, although they both offer different kinds now. Regular, breaded, naked, you know, they all do whatever you want now, but when they both just had their own, they were a little different. But Hooters sued them, you know, for what boiled down to trademark infringement and all that kind of good stuff. And they're also a local company. And they lost. It took years and years of court battles, and, you know, it finally boiled down to the fact that Hooters wasn't producing anything unique. You know, you can't trademark the fact that you use hot girls to be waitresses or put them in shorts. I mean, as long as you're not copying the logo, the company colors, slogans, anything like that, well, it's fair game. I mean, that'd be like McDonald's trying to sue Burger King because they both have burgers and they're both fast, you know? It's too general, too broad. So Wing House has been established here for a while. That was quite some time ago. So now they both have restaurants pretty much everywhere. And now there's a bunch of other chains that are doing the same thing. It's kind of passé. Anyway, here is Courtney Campbell Causeway. I'm going to head on over. It dumps me out right by the airport, and then I've got a little bit of a drive to get downtown. And we'll check out the venue I'm going to. I'll give you a relaxing ride from the rest of the way here. Moly, this is why I hate Tampa. I mean, it's just a freaking parking lot. We're now on the very beginning of I-275 in Tampa. It goes across the bay on a southern bridge that you saw as I was coming over. I was on US 60, or State Road 60 rather, and that far bridge in the distance was this freeway right here. And it connects further down on the peninsula to Pinellas County. This is just a traffic nightmare. I mean, it doesn't matter what time of day or the night it is. Nobody can freaking drive. Nobody can freaking merge. That's what all this is for. This is all delays from people getting on the freeway. That's it. I-4 connects like 4 miles up, and it's got its own huge traffic jams because it merges in and out going both ways. But this is just, 10:50 in the morning. It's not rush hour. This is just daily traffic. We've got 3 and 4 lanes open. But man, it's like when it snows in Tennessee, everyone just loses their freaking mind. This is how Tampa is. There's another way I can get downtown, and that's to take the surface street, the same one I was on, State Road 60, but it is no faster because it is about 15 intersections with lights between downtown and here. So if I got off here and got on 60, which is basically below us, probably be even slower. Now this, what I'm doing right now, is actually moving pretty darn good. Usually it's stop and go, which I'll tell you what, sucks with a manual transmission. That's the only time I really don't like them. I went to see one of the last space shuttle launches, the second to last one total, and it was the last one for Discovery. And oh my God, the traffic getting home, that's just south of Daytona, clear across the state. Without traffic, it's a 3-hour drive. It took me 8 hours to get home because it was literally stop and go, move 1 foot at a time, halfway across the state. And I'm not exaggerating, because there were a record like 300,000 cars there for the launch. One of the rare ones that actually went off on schedule. So, I mean, there were even more people there than usual. Just insane. There were people running out of gas. The huge problem, get this. By the time we made it to the Orlando area, which is coming back through the turnpike, from Orlando downtown to the Space Coast is nothing. I mean, it's just land, and it's the Florida Turnpike, and it's a toll road. The dumbasses in the state, or the county, or whoever runs the toll booths, knew this was going to happen, because it happens with every launch. They didn't have anyone manning the booth. It was an automated system only. The only booth that had change, if you could pay cash, was closed, which meant if you didn't have a Sun Pass, which most people don't, certainly tourists don't, they're not going to buy that just to come down here once. If they ran the toll booth, it's like a $150 fine because it takes a picture of your plate. So people were just like parked alongside of the road. By the time I made it up to the toll booth, I mean, there were just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cars parked waiting because they didn't know what to do. They didn't have anywhere to go. They couldn't get off. It was just ridiculous. And there were tons of RVs and motorhomes just parked, holding up the road. They couldn't pull off too far. It was a nightmare. But what really got me was I was in my Mini Cooper with a manual transmission, and my left knee was so swollen when I got home because I can't imagine how many times I pumped that clutch or held it in to creep forward just a little bit. It was downright painful just to make it home. So when I finally got through Orlando, got dumped onto the normal freeways and cleared the traffic, Oh my God, I could not wait to get home. I took so much ibuprofen just for that knee, it wasn't even funny. So I am not a fan of stop and go traffic with manual transmissions. I ran into that on the bike here not too long ago on I-75, and I told you guys about that. That was when I really wish we had lane filtering, because I could have just, zipped right on through. It was 20 miles of stop and go, not quite a foot bad, but move up 10 feet and stop. 20 miles of that just for 2 lanes going to 1, just because people can't merge. Took about 45 minutes to get through it. It was just hell. Alright, trying to remember the road I'm looking for. It is past 60, which comes up, I think, in like 2 more streets. Not a real expert on all these. There's a bunch of one-way streets, and over a couple streets they curve up. There's only 2 of these that go across, that actually go all the way across to the last street, which is called Channel Side, and that loops around the top of Old Tampa Bay, kind of on a small peninsula. We've got the new Tampa Bay, or just called Tampa Bay, to the right, and Old Tampa Bay to the left. And to the left is also the port. So Old Tampa Bay is all shipping now. That's where the cruise terminal is, and that's where all the cargo ships come in, and the mining ore ships and all that kind of stuff. Twigs is one of them that goes all the way across, and 60 is the other one. I think 60 is the second one up here. But I'm looking for one I can't remember the name of right off the top of my head, but I'll remember it when I see it. And that's the road that this new place is on. We'll see in a minute. We have a nice downtown. It's really clean. Not too much goes on down here as far as events. We do have a really nice theater, and they do musicals and concerts and all that kind of stuff. And then we have a fairly decent but small outdoor park, Curtis Hickson, yeah. And that's right next to an art museum right here. So there's some outdoor concerts that go on. Other than that, it's pretty much all commercial down here. A lot of banks. We've got the court, big police station. We've got stadium, convention center. Crap. Well, I want to go straight, but we'll go this way. I can make it. There's a couple more streets before I have to actually be on it. I'll go down Tampa here. Whiting, I think that was the one I wanted. Sounds good. We'll give it a shot. Nope, that wasn't it. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't actually study the map or, put it in my GPS. I'm a guy. I can find my way. These things always start late anyway, and I'm not photographing it. I'm just attending it for a change. I end up working half of these meetings, which I don't mind at all, because I get a free ticket. It's $22 to $35 a meeting, depending on the time and what the food's like and how late you register and all that kind of good stuff. I paid $25 for this one. But I actually want to go to this one. Frankly, most of them, I don't. I'm happy to work them, so I get them for free. But otherwise, I wouldn't have come, because it's either a topic I already know about, or one I'm not interested in, or a venue that I've been to, Okay. Oh, I see it. It's just after the next intersection on the left. You guys can't see it because the camera's too wide angle. I see the district sign, or at least part of it I see. STRCT, so I'm assuming that says District 3. Kind of looks familiar. Like I said, I think I'm on the right road. So let's see, I should be able to probably make a left at the next light. Get ahead of this guy because he's on his phone. And no, one light after this probably. Yeah, it's hard to see. Yep, there it is, District 3. Now, where do we park? That's a one-way, so this is why Tampa gets a little confusing. Oh, pay to park? No, there's got to be something. What's behind it? I am not parking on the street. They better have free parking. I hate it when the meetings don't or they have valet. Reserve parking, private. Okay, that's not it. That's Allegra. Okay, well, I'm going to assume that I can park right here. That looks good. That is not going to bother anybody. Oh, you know what? I didn't bring hat cam. Darn it. I always bring it to meetings. It just occurred to me. I didn't even think about it. Oh well. So there you go, guys. A little short tour of downtown Tampa. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.
Well, there's different ones in every room. Are we going to set that?
We want it to kind of be like this box.
Tour time.
Okay, so the first room that you were in, we call the gallery. We painted it white so we could do art exhibits, and we could have like a blank canvas for lighting or projection, you know, like video mapping, so all the walls would be projected onto. If there's nothing, downtown is completely dead. The private events we've had, like that, they've hired 7
Even though my wife would not even know the first thing about DJing.
And from that corner there, all the way to the end, we're having a wall panel, and all the restrooms are going to be ripped out and redone to sort of match this.
Well, that was pretty cool, and obviously I totally forgot I had my phone, and it does video. Didn't need hat cam. Really cool joint. Don't know if I'll ever shoot an event there, but it'd be cool. It's literally like they took 3 nightclubs and put all the equipment down into one. An insane amount of equipment. I mean, wow. I don't think there's a square foot that doesn't have a light or speaker or wires or something on it. It is just solid covered. Anyway, this time for real. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. We'll see you next time.